Learn what it means to be in a nice, strong, athletic posture. So we're going to go over a 6-point check here real quick. What we're going to pay attention to are our feet, our knees, our hips, our core, our shoulders, and our head. Okay, so here's what I want you to do first. When we're getting into an athletic posture, remember, this is stuff that you want to be doing during all of our standing exercises. Okay, and if we're on the floor during any time, you want to still pay attention to your body's position in space, but we'll give you all the cues for that. But here we go. So starting with the feet, what we want to do is make sure they're rooted deep into the ground. And by that I mean, imagine your feet are like some roots of a tree, right? And kind of try to get that tactile feel of your feet against the ground. It's actually great to do this with your shoes off if you can. And root them into the ground. When you feel your toes grip the ground and the outsides of your feet kind of clasp around, what you're going to notice, go ahead and flex your knees slightly, Nicole, and get into that athletic posture, is when you get into that position where you're gripping the ground, your knees are naturally going to separate slightly. Okay, and what happens when your knees separate? That's your glutes turning on. So those are our first 3 points right there. Your feet are rooted in the ground, which causes your knees to move out slightly, which turns on your hips. Okay, those are the first 3 checkpoints right there. Now, from the waistline up, we want to make sure the core is engaged, and all that means is you take the pelvis and slightly rotate it in. Okay, we call that a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt to engage the abdomen. Okay, so you should feel like you're rigid and tight in the core. Maybe bring the ribs down. That's another good cue. Slightly okay to get tight and firm in the core. After that, you're going to make sure your shoulders are set back. Your scapula is just in a nice, good retracted position. So if you're someone who has a tendency to be in a kyphotic posture, or you have lordosis in the low back, you're going to want to try to find neutral. A mirror is your friend in this case. Okay. Then last thing you want to do is, chances are that 10-pound head of yours is forward, so you're going to want to bring it back. Okay. And if Nicole is to turn to the side here, and we were to take a ruler or a line and draw a straight line down her side, what you're going to see is all of her joints being stacked. That means from the ankle to the knee to the hip, okay, through the trunk to the shoulder and the ear, everything is stacked. That is what a good athletic posture looks like. If you're not there, try to get there and try to hold it during all of our movements. But a reason why we're doing this with you is so you can be here all the time. Right? That's what the important thing is. So this is our 6-point position. Know it, practice it, do it in front of a mirror. Sounds weird, but doing it with just your underwear on actually gives you the ability to see all your joints in space, and it helps out a lot. Shoes off is always a good thing as well. What we're going to do next here is take you through a plank exercise.